15th regular session of the 15th Sangguniang Panlungsod is now called to order. Roll call, please.
The members of the Sangguniang Panlungsod. Honorable Lidio A. Lopez Jr., Honorable Jennifer Spaiti Toledo, Honorable Galileo P. Angeles, Honorable Venice D. Manalo, Honorable Reuper Nicole H. Ronquillo, Honorable Miguel P. Lina III, Honorable Mark Aris P. Luwansing, Honorable Joel D. Pua, Honorable Merlo P. Silva, Honorable Ralph Michael H. Umali, Honorable Leonilo A. Katipon, Honorable Aris D. Macala, Honorable Windy P. Lac, Honorable Angela Antoinette Bautista, and the Presiding Officer and Vice Mayor, Honorable Michael Gerald T. Murata.
Do we have a quorum?
We have a quorum.
May we request Councilor Mac Luwansing to lead us in the invocation and singing of the Philippine National Anthem.
Ilagay po natin ang ating mga sarili sa mahal na presensya ng ating Panginoon. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Heavenly Father, guide us in today's session with wisdom, respect, and unity. May our decisions serve the best interests of our people and bring progress to our community. Grant us patience, understanding, and a sincere heart to serve. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Ilagay po natin ating kanang kamay sa kaliwang dibdib at sabay-sabay po natin awitin ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Magandang umaga sa lahat po ng ating mga kasama sa Sangguniang Panlungsod, sa lahat po ng ating mga bisita, lalong-lalo na ang mga bisita mula sa provincial government ng Batangas. Nandiyan po si Bukal Bibong Mendoza, Bukal Fernan Rocafort, kanina nandiyan po si Bukal Junjun, Bukal Volter. Kasama rin po natin ngayong umaga na bisita ang mga kasamahan sa Kapitolyo sa paunguna ni Governor Vilma Santos Recto. At sa lahat po ng ating mga bisita at mga kababayan na nakasubaybay sa ating live session, magandang umaga. Mr. Floor Leader.
Yes, Vice Mayor. So isang makasaysayang umaga ang nangyari ngayon dito sa Luzon, Lipa, lalo't dito ho sa ating bagong City Hall, located at Barangay Bulacnin, Lipa City. So akin hong nire-request sa ating kagalang-galang na Vice Mayor na masuspindi ang rules, mapagbigyan ho natin ang kagalang-galang Aris Macala ng Barangay San Lucas, Plaridel.
There's a motion to suspend the rules. Any second? Duly seconded. Rules suspended.
Thank you, Mr. Majority Floor Leader. Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Salamat po sa lahat ng mga nakadalo dito sa aming bulwagan. Meron lang ho tayong bisita, Mr. Presiding Officer, from Jose Maria International Industry Corporation, represented by Bergie Monton. May ipipresent lang ho sila sa atin na siguro saglit lang ho ito, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Okay, please proceed.
Yan.
Good morning po, ma'am. Bigyan niyo po kami ng konting background patungkol po sa inyong presentation.
Yes, Honorable Vice Mayor Mikey Morada, kagalang-galang na mga konsihal ng Lipa City at ang ating mga bisita, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Nandito po ako because I want to present to you something that will solve the global problem of waste, solid waste. Ito pong solid waste na we call it Zero Solid Waste Gasification Machine. Ito po ay technology that comes from Japan, and Japan has been using this technology for the past 23 years. And right now, Japan is one of those countries that are zero waste. So, bigyan niyo po ako ng konting time. Maraming salamat sa pagkakataon na ito, Vice Mayor Mikey. And I would like to present 3 videos po. Maiksi lang po. And I would like to go ahead with the first video. Can you please give your attention to the first video?
Imagine a world where our waste isn't just a problem to be buried or burned, but a source we can turn valuable. Whether we're talking about sorting waste with smart machines, generating clean energy from syngas, or protecting our planet with Republic Act 9003, signed into law on January 26, 2001 in the Philippines. Republic Act number 9003 is known as the Ecological Solid Waste Management Act of 2000 in the Philippines. Republic Act number 8749, or the Philippine Clean Air Act of 1999, manages air pollution and protects clean air. It ensures the right of Filipinos to breathe clean air and establishes emission standards nationwide. The law sets emission standards for mobile and stationary sources and promotes environmental protection. It also bans incinerators while strengthening policies that help protect our environment and public health. The DENR enforces comprehensive management and mandatory segregation of waste at the source. It also requires Materials Recovery Facility, or MRF, and 10-year solid waste management plans. The law also requires closure of dump sites to improve environmental protection and public safety. Open dump sites must be phased out within 3 years of enactment to comply with environmental standards. Controlled dump sites must be phased out within 5 years and converted into sanitary landfills. Or they must shift into alternative waste disposal systems that comply with environmental regulations. The law also identifies prohibited acts to ensure proper waste management across the country. In line with this, we are introducing our solid waste gasification machine compliant to our laws. Stay tuned and watch this.
Maraming salamat sa isang video. And now, yun pong first video that I just showed expresses yung mga Republic Acts that has something to do with solid waste management. Our next video
Imagine a world where
would be the gasification process.
What is solid waste gasification machine? It's an advanced thermal technology system that is 100% Japan technology and manufactured here in the Philippines. The machine converts solid waste into valuable synthesis gas, or syngas, and inorganic residue. Operating at high temperatures, 700 degrees Celsius to 1200 degrees Celsius, breaking down molecules to produce syngas, a mixture of hydrogen, carbon monoxide, and methane. No fuel needed to burn the solid waste. How it works? Segregation of wastes, glass, and hazardous items. Preparing of waste using the conveyor to enter the gasification machine via sealed feeder to control the flow and air leakage. Inside is a high heat with limited oxygen that convert waste through solid waste gasification machine. The machine could burn 1 ton per hour with 24 hours operation. A non-smoke emissions and environmental compliance. The finished product is 100% usable as an organic fertilizer, hardener, and
hollow blocks, DOST and DENR certified. Our modern disposal equipment that is a landfill alternative of the 21st century to provide safe, reliable, and environmentally responsible waste disposal solutions for the community and country. Want a cleaner and greener environment transform into a zero waste community? Let's plan your setup now. Send a message our page, Jose Maria International Industries Corporation.
Thank you very much. And the last video, Honorable Vice Mayor, would be the detailed process. Ano ba ang nangyayari sa gasification machine sa loob mismo? So, kindly pay attention. Sandali lang po ito, mga 2 minutes lang. Maraming salamat.
Have you ever wondered what happens to our trash after it's collected? It doesn't just disappear. Today, we're diving deep inside a revolutionary technology that turns everyday waste into clean energy. This is a solid waste gasification machine, and we're going to explore exactly how it works. It all starts with loading. Municipal solid waste, everything from food scraps to plastics, is fed into the system. The first chamber is the drying zone. Moisture is removed from the waste using controlled heat, preparing it for the next critical stage. Once dry, the waste moves into the pyrolysis zone. In this oxygen-starved environment, intense breaks down the complex materials into simpler compounds. This isn't burning, it's a thermal decomposition that creates a mixture of solids, liquids, and gases. Part of the process, gasification. A limited amount of oxygen is introduced, reacting with the materials from the pyrolysis stage at extremely high temperatures. This reaction transforms the solid carbon into a combustible gas called synthesis gas, or syngas. It's primarily composed of hydrogen and carbon monoxide, a powerful fuel source. But this raw syngas isn't ready just yet. It passes through a sophisticated cleaning system to remove impurities like tar, particulates, and acid gases. This ensures our final fuel is clean and efficient, minimizing environmental impact. Now for the exciting part, energy generation. The purified syngas is piped to a gas engine or turbine. As it combusts, it drives a generator, producing electricity that can power homes and businesses. It's a clean, efficient cycle, turning a problem into a solution. Finally, what's left behind? The only solid byproduct is a small amount of inert ash, which is safely collected and removed. This ash is stable and can often be repurposed in construction materials, closing the loop on a truly sustainable process. From a pile of trash to reliable electricity, gasification technology is a game changer for waste management and clean energy production. It's a powerful example of engineering innovation at its best.
That's it. And mga kagalang-galang na sangguniang pangsyudad ng Lipa, ang amin pong goal and ang prayer po namin is our company would be able, right now, we are facilitating installations of the other LGUs because our goal po is within the span of 10 to 15 years, prayer po natin, maging zero waste na po ang buong Pilipinas. So with that, Vice Mayor Mikey, maraming salamat sa inyo at ang kagalang-galang na mga konsihal, maraming salamat. Kung meron pong gustong magtanong.
Sige po. Si Councilor Aris Macala, magtatanong po.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Thank you, Ma'am, for your wonderful presentation. Matanong ko lang po,
Opo.
dito gaho sa Pilipinas, may gumagamit na yan?
Sa ngayon, ang meron tayong installation is in Gensan, General Santos City. Ang gumagamit po doon is, it's a hospital, provincial hospital. So meron po tayong tumatakbo na. And then, meron po tayong factory. It is locally manufactured because our Japanese partner is based here in the Philippines and we have a factory in Taytay. So, should you want to take a look at the gasification machine mismo, we can go there. I can show it to you.
Then I will ask the Chairman of Committee on Environment, baka pwede namin mabisita.
Opo.
How much it costs? Magkano ho kaya ang ganito?
Yun pong base, the base of the machine which will be accommodated with a 50 square meters area is
50 square meter only.
50
Kaya na.
square meters area is 125 million. Ngayon po, yun pong sa Imos, Cavite, bumili na po sila ng 5 units. Nag-provide po sila ng, ito po kay Congressman Barzaga, nag-provide po sila ng property na few hectares. Ang gusto po nila kasing mangyari, 5 units na kinuha nila, they want a facility. Kasi we can also build a facility.
We can also provide our own.
Yes, you can provide your own lot. We can provide you your own facility. So ergonomically, tumatakbo po yung mga truck, yung ng basura, umiikot po, ilalaglag doon sa pit natin. Meron tayong grabber, ilalaglag naman doon sa gasification machine.
Nakita ko kasi, ma'am, napakaganda. Talagang ito ay Japan technology. Napakaganda. There's no way out na iibisan ang basura natin dito, Mr. Presiding Officer. And I will also again ask the Chairman ng Environment na mapag-aralan to. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Maraming salamat.
Meron pa ba tayong mga kasamahan na nais magtanong sa ating bisita?
So, Mr. Chairman, siguro wala na ho. So, maraming salamat, ma'am, sa pagkakataon at dadako na ho tayo sa regular session, ang privilege speech. So, ako ho ay...
Maraming salamat ulit. Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat.
Thank you very much. Thank you po.
Thank you po. Konsehal Merlo Silva. Nariyan ka? Before our regular session, appealing by Bukala Espai Toledo na magkaroon siya ng isang pagkakataon na may award yung isang NGOs.
Maraming salamat po, Consel Nilo, and to our Vice Mayor Mikey. Nandito po yung atin pong binigyan ng pagkilala through resolution. Yun po ang ating mga players ng De La Salle College of St. Benilde. Would like to read Resolution number 235, Resolution recognizing and commending the outstanding achievement of the Lipeño students of the De La Salle College of St. Benilde as champions in the NCAA Season 101 Volleyball Men's Division held on April 10, 2026 at Rizal Memorial Coliseum, Manila. It was endorsed from SK Councilor Jericho Padua Nizal of Barangay Banay-Banay, Lipa City, seeking for recognition and commendation for the Lipeño students of De La Salle College of St. Benilde who won the NCAA Season 101 Volleyball Men's Division. These are Chris Lawrence Villanueva of Barangay Banay-Banay, player of the game during the finals, Mr. Jeremy Pierre Arcuenca of Barangay Sais, and Mr. Mike Adrian Balbacal of Barangay Balintawak displayed outstanding athletic ability, discipline, teamwork, and sportsmanship, contributing to their team's success and bringing honor to their school and city. So Mr. Chair would like to present this recognition and resolution of the Sangguniang Panglungsod to our 3 players with our SK Councilor Jericho Nizal and Barangay Captain Danny, and our barangay councilor, and the 3 NCAA players of our CSB po. Would like to invite din po our city council to award the resolution to our players po.
Sige, iniimbitahan natin ang ating mga pinagmamalaking players na mga tagalipa dito po sa gitna. Maraming salamat at congratulations muli sa ating mga kababayan na naging bahagi ng champion ng men's volleyball sa NCAA. Mr. Floor Leader.
Okay, I would like to acknowledge the President of Barangay Captain ng Banay-Banay, Danny Silva.
Kapitan,
for the
magandang
record.
umaga po sa inyo.
So, ang susunod na magpiprivilege speech ay ang kagalang-galang Merlo Silva ng Barangay Wetju and Pulbok.
Okay, session resume. Councilor Merlo Silva is
Mr.
recognized.
Chair, thank you very much and good morning sa lahat sa inyo rin. Mr. Chair, nito ho yung nagdaan ng mga araw, natanggap na ho ng bawat barangay yung pong amount na 200,000 as a socio-civic projects fund coming from the national government through our Executive Secretary, Senator Ralph Recto. At yun nung 100,000, yun po ay para sa barangay development, and the other 100,000 is for the scholarship of 5 students per barangay. Meron din po na matatanggap tayo na amounting 59 million para po naman sa local government support fund na kung saan ito yung bigas, rice subsidy na ibibigay ho sa mga kababayan natin sa lungsod na Lipa. Dahil diyan, Mr. Chair, siguro marapat na tayo ay ipakita naman natin yung ating appreciation, yung na tayo ay ina-appreciate natin yung po mga programang ganito at siguro marapat din sa pamamagitan ho ng local legislative body, ito sa sanggunian natin, ay tayo magpasalamat naman, tanggapin natin ang pasalamat at ating ibigay ang ating pasalamat sa atin ng Pangulong Marcos, Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos, sa pamamagitan ni Executive Secretary Ralph Recto, Mr. Chair. Kaya siguro, distribute to the proper committee at the right time, mamaya ho, ay we will pass a resolution na tayo ay pinabot natin ang ating taos-pusong pasasalamat sa atin ng butihing Pangulong Ferdinand E. Marcos, Mr. Chair.
Okay, salamat, Councilor Merlo Silva. The matter brought up is referred to the Committee on External Affairs.
At isa pa, Mr. Chair, akin hong nakikita, tayo ho ay nagpapasa dito ng ordinansa na kung saan ay 1 square meter ay parang lugi pa tayo sa papel. Ay babayaran lang ho an amount of 10 pesos. Lalagyan ho ng transmitter na kung saan ho ay instead of the telecommunication telecoms na ito ay gumamit ho ng yung tower ay anong nangyayari ho isa na lamang na 1 square meter. Mr. Chair, sa akin tingin, ito na may iisa rin ho at ang rektahong kailangan dito ay magkaroon ho ng signal, na malakas na signal. At ito ay nakikita, Mr. Chair, siguro it's about time na atin hong tingnan itong atin hong ordinansa tungkol po sa pagbibigay natin ng special use permit. At kung maaari, Mr. Chair, ito hong transmitter na ganito ay maisama po natin sa ating special use permit. Upang sa ganun no, ay alam natin kung ano at saan inilalagay ito hong mga ganitong klaseng transmitter sa lungsod na Lipa. Upang sa ganun, Mr. Chair, aware tayo sa mga nangyayari at monitor din natin, alam din natin ang mangyayari pa, Mr. Chair. So, please refer to the proper committee for a certain amendment of that ordinance, Mr. Chair.
To the Committee on Land Use.
Thank you. Last, Mr. Chair, alam niyo, ako'y napapawa sa akin ng kaibigan si Paring Nilo na nung minsan, siya ho'y nag-privilege speech dito na kung saan siya ho ay binabanatan sa social media. Nagkataon no, Mr. Chair, na sinabi ho niya, yun nung una ay nire-reportin niya sa NBI. Pero ito pangalawa, he ignored it dahil sa nakita ho niya na siguro mas maganda yung manahimik. Pero nakakawa ho ang mga nabibiktima. No, during that time, si Paring Nilo ho nung nag-privilege speech po dito, ay gusto ko tanungin. Kaya lang, Mr. Chair, ako'y nag-alala dahil during that time, medyo mas maho loob ng aking kumpare. Kaya okay, dahil ho dyan, ako'y nag-isip ho ng mga pamaraan upang makatulong ho na mawala ho or makatulong maibsan or ma-detect dito sa lungsod na Lipa itong mga nagamit ho ng mga social media na hindi ho kilala or mga fake accounts, Mr. Chair. Kaya, Mr. Chair, naisip ko ho na sa pamamagitan no, ng isang ordinansa ay mariregulate natin ang pagbebenta, pagdidistribute, pag-retail ng mga SIM cards sa lungsod na Lipa. Alam natin lahat na bibili ka ng SIM card, ikaw ang magre-register dito sa NTC, if I'm not mistaken. Ano po? Ngunit pagkatapos yan, wala na ho pwedeng gamitin ang ibang pangalan. So, fake accounts. Di ka ho? Hindi naman yun, tunay mong pangalan. Dahil kung itunay mong pangalan, ay bakit may mga scammer pa? Bakit may mga nagamit pa ng fake accounts? Sa akin nung naisip na isang na ordinansang ito, ay nire-require ho natin, ito ho mga nagbebenta ng mga SIM card na mapilitan sila na i-registered. Magkaroon sila ng logbook, i-registered yung mga pangalan noong bumili na may ID, Mr. Chair. Kung walang ID, hindi pwedeng pagbilhan. Kung wala hong address, hindi pwedeng pagbilhan. Upang sa ganun, Mr. Chair, ay alam ho natin, at kung tayo ay may mga duda, pwede nating puntahan itong mga nagbebentang ito ng SIM card upang makita natin kung itong mga SIM card na ito ay dito binili sa lungsod na Lipa. At sila ay mapaparegistered. Kaya nga ho, Mr. Chair, ako'y nais kong ordinansa, an ordinance regulating the sale, distribution, in retail of SIM cards within the City of Lipa, requiring strict compliance with Republic Act number 11934. Ito ho ang SIM Registration Act. And prohibiting the sale of pre-registered SIM cards, strengthening local anti-online scam measures, providing penalties for violation, and for other purposes, Mr. Chair. Na kung saan nga ho, Mr. Chair, yung pagre-retail at yung pagbebenta ay kinakailangan hong mai-register dito sa atin sa tama hong departamento ang permit division. Kaya Mr. Chair, itong akin hong draft ordinance ng tungkol po diyan ay akin hong ibibigay sa bawat isa, lalo na ho sa chairman ng komitiba upang sa ganun mapag-aralan. Dahil Mr. Chair, ito ho'y isa sa precaution na upang sa ganun yung gustong mag-isip na gumawa ng kalokohan sa mamamayan ng lungsod na Lipa ay mapigilan. Upang sa ganun, Mr. Chair, itong ating mga kababayan ay atin hong mapoprotektahan sa pamamagitan ho ng ordinansang ito. Alam mo natin, yung Republic Act 7160, ito ay yung kinakailangan natin na atin hong protektahan, yung General Welfare. At yung Republic Act 11934, ito po yung SIM Card Registration Act, Republic Act 10175, Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012, and Republic Act 10173 or the Data Privacy Act of 2012. Ito po ang mga basihan. Kaya Mr. Chair, sa akin ng tingin, ito'y tamang-tama sa lungsod na Lipa. Kaya please refer to the proper committee for further study on that ordinance.
Napakaganda ng mungkahi ni Councilor Silva at para magawan at mapag-aralan agad at makita kung paano mapapabilis pa. Nire-refer natin ito sa komitiba ng Public Order and Safety and Committee on Laws kay Councilor Gali Angeles para mapag-aralan niya ng maayos.
So ito part na rin ho ng privilege speech ko. So may sulat ho dito ang Barangay Talisay kay Vice Mayor Mikey Morada at ito ni-receive ng Office of the Sanggunian noong Mayo 18. So ito isang maselan na ordinansa ng barangay, isang ordinansa na tumutukoy sa pagbebenta ng lupa ng pag-aari ng barangay sa mga kwalipikadong mamamayan ng Barangay Talisay. Sa Local Government 7160, ito ho ay pag tayo nagkamali-mali, ito ho ay ombudsman. So, ma-refer ho ito sa pinakamagaling na committee ng laws at mapag-aralang mabuti kung saan siya isinilang sa Barangay Talisay.
Okay, refer to the Committee on Laws.
Sunod ho, ayun ho ang ating Provincial Explosive Ordnance Disposal Unit. O yun ho may K9. Yun ho isang aso na mga nakakahalaga ng milyon ang halaga. So sila ho sa ngayon ay naka-in-house sa Tanawan City. Ang medyo hindi ho maganda doon ay yung weather ay medyo mainit-init. So sinamahan ko sila no isang araw at pumayag naman ng mayor na dito mag-opisina yung anti-bomb squad na to ng Provincial Explosive Disposal Unit, at ito ho ay doon sa dating naging kwenta natin ng COVID patient doon sa tagiliran ng ABC Hall. So akin din ho ipakikiusap sa ating kagalang-galang na chairman ng Peace and Order, Atty. Gali Angeles, na mabigyan ng authority ang mayor sa tamang oras para ho dito sa pagpayag na mag-in-house o mag-opisina rito ho ang explosive unit para ho sa protection ng kanilang mga ginagamit na K9. Mr. Chair, refer sa committee ho ng...
Okay, refer to the Committee on Public Order and Safety.
Meron pa hong gustong gumamit ng malayang pananalita. Kung wala ho, ay tayo ho ay tatako na sa minutes of the meeting.
Reading of the minutes of the preceding session and approval of the same.
May 18, hindi pa ho available, so dinidefer muna ang pagbasa at pag-approve nito, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. We proceed to proposed ordinances and resolutions for second reading. Councilor Silva.
Mr. Chair, good morning again. With regard to the Committee on Finance, Mr. Chair, I move that we adopt the committee report of Committee on Finance number 2026-019 from A to S for second reading, and likewise, Mr. Chair, Committee Report number 2026-20 from A to B to be adopted, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Seconded by Councilors Ronquillo, Luwansing, Manalo, Lopez, Lina. Any discussion? Kung wala na po, Committee Report on Finance 2026-019 and 2026-020 are approved on second reading.
Oral report, Mr. Chair, if I may.
Yes, please proceed.
Mr. Chair, natatanda ninyo yung privilege speech ko po dito tungkol po sa atin ng mga kabataan na nakapasa ng board exam and bar exam, Mr. Chair. We conducted a committee hearing on that regard, Mr. Chair, at nangyari ho na at kausap ko na rin ho ang buting alkalde. Pumapayag po siya na tayo ho'y magpasa ng isang ordinansa tungkol po dito. Tama-tama, Mr. Chair, at tayo ho'y nasabuhan na ng mga Mayo at Hunyo na ho susunod kung saan ho ay magpiprepare na po tayo ng budget for the year 2027, Mr. Chair. At tama-tama rin ho na ito rin ordinansang ito, Mr. Chair, ay siguro timing o pa sa ganun, yung makakapasa by the year 2027, Mr. Chair, ay makikinabang na. Alam mo nyo bakit, Mr. Chair? Tama-tama ito na magbigay tayo ng insentibo sa mga nakakapasa ng bar and board exam. Bakit ho? Yun yung isang nakapasa ng bar exam or board exam, pag yun yung nag-apply ng trabaho, yun yung nakanganga pa rin ho sa magulang or nangungutang ng mga pamasahe, pag-a-apply, at yun pag natanggap, may utang na ho ang isang bata na pagsweldo niya, babayad niya, matitira sa kanya, kaperamot, 3 araw, 4 na araw, ubos na uli, mangungutang na uli ng mga panggastos para sa susunod na sweldo niya, Mr. Chair. Kaya ho dito, sa naisip po nating ordinansang ito, parang binigyan na ho natin ang isang kabataan na bagong graduate, bagong pasa sa bar and board exam, ng mismong kapital na gagamitin niya sa pag-apply niya ng kanyang trabaho. Kaya, Mr. Chair, on this time, I move that this committee report which we adopt an ordinance establishing the Dangal ng Lipeño professional incentive programs, granting financial incentive and recognition to Lipeño board and bar passers and top-notchers and operating funds thereof.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, please adopt the
Sige, we'll open the floor muna for any discussion.
Yeah.
Sige.
Aha.
Ayan,
Kaya
I
the reason why I binigyan ko ho ng
Kopya.
ang bawat isa ng ordinansa, and the chair is willing to accept any amendments of this ordinance para ho lalo mapagbuti at mapagtibay itong mga ordinansa.
Okay, Councilor
So,
Macala
I'm
is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Napakaganda, gagalang-galang Merlo Silva na naisip mo ng mga ordinansa at ako'y ilagay mo diyan na maging co-author at talaga susuporta ka ba?
Very
May tanong
willing.
lang ako, Mr. Presiding Officer, Councilor Merlo Silva. During 2022, we passed an ordinance para doon sa additional incentibo ng mga senior citizen na nakaka-age ata ng 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. At ay pinasa natin to at napakagaling nga ng iyong pagkakagawa ng ordinansang ito. Ang maraming nagtatanong sa akin, at even my dad, ay nagtatanong at marami, basta ho tayo bumababa sa barangay, Konsihal, nasa na ho kaya yung ipinasa ni Konsihal Merlo Silva na yung additional incentive do sa mga naedad na mga senior citizen? Ganyan sa kawikoy. Wala akong mai-make. Ito may ordinance na kanya naman bago na napakaganda talaga. Talagang may encourage natin ang mga estudyante, ang mga kukuha ng examination, BARD or board, ay talaga magsisika para tumaas sila at maging 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on hanggang 10. Yun. Tanong ko lang, Mr. Presiding Officer, yung last session natin nung set ng council noong 2022 hanggang 2025, funded ba ito, Konsihal Merlo? Na-obligate ba ito? During the time you were not the chairman of the appropriation, kay Konsihal Abior, napondohan ba ito bago tayo maghiwa-hiwalay noong 2025?
Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, yun yung ordinansa, yun yung pagbibigay po ng birthday gift sa ating mga senior citizens.
No, birthday gift pala, okay.
It was enacted and passed 2016 pa po. Una po tayo sa mga senador na proposal na kung sa may bigay ng mga 50,000, 20,000. Una pa po yung ordinansang iyan na kung saan din ngayon, isang araw, minabasa po ako sa Facebook, may isa pong senador na nagpapanukala na ang edad 70, 80, 90, bigyan ng 20,000 at yun nung mga 95, mga 20, 40,000. Ayun sabi ko nga, gustong-gusto ko nang ipasa yung ordinansa natin dito sa kanila, sa Senate, upang sila sundin. Kaya lang, Mr. Chair, yung sinasabi ni Gonzalo Macala, ito'y inaprubahan na ho natin. It was enacted by the Sangguniang and approved by the city mayor during that time. It was Mayor Sabile. Na-implementa ng kaunting oras, pero unfortunately, Mr. Chair, ay hindi ho na-implementa at this time. Kaya nga ho, siguro tama rin ho. Macala,
Kasi marami nagtatanong pag bumababa tayo sa barangay, nakaka-encounter ka rin naman siguro, Vice Mayor, sa dami mo rin iniikutan. Vice, kamusta na kaya ho? Ako'y 80 na. Vice, kamusta na ho kaya? 85 na ho. Mga something like that question.
Ang mahalaga ho, Mr. Chair, tayo may ordinansa na susundin. It's a matter of implementation. At siguro, Mr. Chair, ako nagpapasalamat kay Konsihal Macala, binuksan to. As a chairman of the Committee on Appropriation, I will look it out kung papaano ho uli mababadgetan. Siguro, Mr. Chair, tama ho, baka sakali naman na baka this coming 2027, maisama rin ho sa implementation ng mga ordinansa or mga programa ng pamahalaan ng lungsod. Pero sa akin ang tingin, Mr. Chair, with disregard this proposed ordinance, hindi ho mangyayari na ito ho siguro ay ma-discarril. For the reason, Mr. Chair, I have talked to the mayor at siya nga ho ang nag-propose na kumare, yung mga top na chair, yung 1 to 10, ay mabigyan ng mas malaking incentive.
Okay, Mr. Presiding Officer. Let's say, approve na natin at I will go on with you, Mr. Ka. Kailan possible ang effectivity niyan? Kailan pwedeng ipatupad after na maipasa natin ngayon? July, tuwing year naman June 1. Pwede nang... Kasi kailan ba nag-board na ito, Baba?
Upon approval this ordinance, ang implementation ho nito, Mr. Chair, ay by next year. For the budget year 2027.
2027 ba? Yun. Kaya mahalaga, maliwanag kasi magkakameron ng, I think this June, meron atang bar exam uli eh.
Apo.
No, kaya,
2027 po ang implementation, sir.
ayun, yun. That's all, Mr. Chair. Thank you very much.
Okay, we have another councilor who would like to discuss. Councilor Venice Manalo.
Dami armas.
Good morning po, Mr. Chair. I have few questions lang po regarding this draft ordinance. Actually, napakaganda po nitong ordinansa na nakakatulong din po sa ating mga kabataan para po mas lalo nilang sipagan ang kanila pong pag-aaral. Ngayon po, dito po sa part ng qualifications, nakalagay po na dapat ay resident ng City of Lipa 3 consecutive years immediately preceding the date of the examination. My question po, Mr. Chair, is bakit po 3 consecutive years residency ang requirement? Paano po kung dito lumaki at nag-aral pero kakauwi lamang po sa lungsod ng Lipa? Hindi po ba nito, Mr. Chair, ma-exclude ang deserving passers?
Akin ang kita dyan ay ikaw ay lehitimong Tagalipa. Oo. Ngayon, bakit 3 taon? Ay may mga nangyayari, Mr. Chair, ay alam natin, may batason na if ever that you reside in a certain place, residente ka na in a 6 months period of time. Di ka ho? Kaya ho, 3 years, upang sa ganun ho ay yung 3 taon, alam na natin, tunay na Lipenyot. Ito ay, dito na ho tumira for a long period of time.
Okay po, Mr. Chair. My next question po is, sustainable po ba ang magiging funding nito long term? Meron po ba tayong projected annual budget na nakalagay po for this one?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Hindi ko nga ho nailagay.
Yes
Nakita
po.
ho ng Ate Bines when it comes sa funding. Ang akin nung iniisip dito, Mr. Chair, kaho, hindi ko ho agad nalagyan dahil during the time po, ako ho'y nagpatanong pa ho sa lahat ng eskwelahan dito sa Lungsod ng Lipa, katulad doon ng STLCC, New Era, Our Lady of St. Francis, Batangas College of Art, UB, Lipa de la Salle, KLL, BSU, BSU Lipa, NU, Royal British, Fernando Urbay, St. Augustine School of Nursing. It's about 718 na estudyante. Yung based sa 2024-25, yun ho ang more or less na estudyante sa buong nakakapasa po ng bar and board exam. Yung pong mga yung pong taga Metro Manila, estudyante ng Metro Manila na taga Lipa, ay yun po pwede nating isama dito sa additional. Kaya ho, ang akin nung ipopropose sana ay 10 million a year.
So,
Yun ang
lalagyan-
magiging annual budget ng ordinansa pong ito.
So lalagyan po natin ito ng fund na 10 million per
a
year.
year. Apo,
Okay po. Mr. Chair, one more question po. Bakit po kaya PRC and bar passers lang ang covered? Paano po kaya yung ating mga international holders?
Ano po? International?
Holders po, yung mga na-recognize po at nabibigyan din po ng pagkakilala internationally po.
Ano ibig sabihin?
May mga kababayan po kasi tayo, Mr. Chair, na taga-Lipa na nare-recognize din po sa ibang bansa. Kagaya na lamang po nung isa nating, halimbawa po, isa nating designer, nagawaran po siya ng isang international certificate po.
Yun no.
Iko-consider din po ba natin ito? Or are we, bakit po tayo nagpo-focus lang po sa PRC and mga bar passers po?
Ang akin yung tingin, Mr. Chair, siguro dito muna tayo mag-concentrate sa mga pumasa sa bar and board exam within the Philippines territory, Mr. Chair. For the reason na yung mga nasa abroad na nakakapasa ng mga board and bar exam, kung ano man ho, ay hindi may mga pira. Ang intention ho natin dito, Mr. Chair, matulungan natin ang ating mga kababayan na kabataan na sila'y makapagsimula ng pag-a-apply ng trabaho or pagpapractice ng kanilang mga kurso, yung kanilang mga natapos, nang hindi na ho nangangailangan ng ayuda galing sa magulang or tulong, mangungutang pa, Mr. Chair. Ito'y parang seed money para i-develop mo ang iyong pagkatao bilang isang professional Mr. Chair.
Okay, and with that po, Mr. Chair, could this po create expectation for other sectors and demand similar incentives po, kagaya po ng ating mga athletes, mga artists, na nabibigyan din po ng pagkilala, lalo na po ang lungsod ng Lipa. Marami po tayo mga atletang Lipenyo na nabibigyan rin po ng pagkilala. Hindi po ba to mag-create ng expectation sa other sectors and mag-demand po ng similar incentives?
Mr. Chair, may I? That is another matter, Mr. Chair. Ito ho doon
More
lang sa
on
mga
academically.
board and bar passer lang ito, Mr. Chair.
I think
Siguro yung
maliwanag
sinasabi
naman, explain ko lang, maliwanag naman sa title ni Councilor Melo na Dangal ng Lipenyo Professional Incentive Program. So more of dun sa mga kumukuha ng PRC and bar exam as mga professionals muna. Pero maganda rin yung mungkahin niya
Opo,
na
that's another matter, Mr. Chair.
Okay po. Last na po, Mr. Chair. So kahit po yung mga repeat takers po, yung repeat takers po, makaka-receive din po sila ng same incentive as kagaya po ng mga first-time takers.
Yun yung mga repeater, basta mahalaga yung makapasa sila. Kahit yung 10 beses sila kumuha, ay di sa on the 10th na pag-take nila at nakapasa, ay di saka pala ang sila qualified.
Okay po. Mr. Chair, no more questions po. Nasagot naman po lahat ng proponent ang kanyang pong, akin pong mga katanungan. And with that po, I support po your draft ordinance.
Thank you, Kusya Alvines. Thank you very much.
How about from the lawyer?
Si Kusya Laris daw ho, I put in the record, co-author
Question
ho. I'm accepted it.
So kung wala na pong discussion pa? Clarification. Councilor Makmak.
Mr. Chair, napakaganda ng ordinansa po ito. Clarification lang po sa ating pong proponent. Kung what if po, kung ang isang tao ay nakapasa sa higit na isang o multiple licensure exam, maaari po ba siya ulit mag-avail ng gantong incentive? Kunyari, di ba ho, may nakakapasa ho ng more than nag-aral ng
CPA
nurse,
lawyer,
yun,
ganun. Naging
bigla
CPA,
naging bar
naging
Naging
lawyer,
abogado.
naging
Di ganito ho yun. Base yun sa ordinansa, kung ikaw ay board passer, meron ka. Kung ikaw ay board passer, meron ka. Ibig sabihin to, dalawang iyo, may utak ang gayon yung iba wala. Di ka? Oo. Kung ikaw ay naka-apat, engineer, at wala do, naging engineer ka.
Katulad ni Atty. Gali,
Naging
engineer,
lawyer pa.
CPA at abogado.
Yes. Di madami. Ibig sabihin, ang labanan dito sa nakikita ko, pagtalino mo, pagdami ng pera mo.
Ang ganda ba naman, Mr. Chair, ito dahil talagang mas lalong pupursige ang mga bata na mag-aral at mag-take ng mas madaming examination. Kaya, Mr. Chair, I joined the motion of our Honorable Merlo Silva.
Thank you and you're welcome, Mr. Chair.
Okay, maraming salamat. Councilor Spy.
Walang pera, hindi matalino. Co-author din.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, narinig ko po kanina yung mga questions. Napa-research po ako. Ano po ba yung mga courses na kumukuha ng PRC board exams po natin? According po sa research kay Google, meron po tayong 40 plus na mga regulated professions na under po ng PRC. Narinig ko po kanina, gusto sanang mag-budget ng ating konsehal ng amounting to 10 million. Ano po? Given po, baka lang po kasi yung iba po nating mga manonood, ang kagaya ko po, ang alam ko lang na mga PRC exams ay yung LET, yung sa mga medical field, doon lamang at engineering. Yun lamang po yung common na nalalaman ko po. Nakalagay po kasi dito, meron din pong, yun nga, yung sa business and finance. Nabanggit niyo po kanina, CPA. Kasama rin pala po doon yung real estate broker, customs broker. sa atin pong public safety and social services, criminologist, social worker, guidance counselor, architecture and design, agriculture and fisheries, at iba pa pong mga professions kagaya po ng librarian, master plumber, chemist, geologist, speech language pathologist, respiratory therapist. So ito po yung mga hindi po natin masyadong nadidinig ng mga board passers dahil nakafocus lamang po tayo doon sa mas kilala po natin na mga PRC board passers or courses po natin. Kino-compute ko po kanina, Mr. Chair, kung sa 40 plus na ito, pagpalagay na po nating 40, ay 100 bawat isa ang manalo, ay mahigit 10 milyon na po ang kinakailangang budget ng atin pong lungsod. Sapagkat ngayon, mas gagalingan ng ating mga kababayan na pumasa sa PRC at sa kanilang mga bar exams. Nakalagay po dito sa draft ordinance na upon availability ng budget, kung saan man kukunin yung budget na iyon, ay nais ko po sanang sabihin sa atin pong Consel Merlo na yung 10 milyon sa tingin ko po ay kulang para sa isang taon na budget para po dito, at nakalagay pa po sa ordinansa ay meron pong 1 taon para mag-process ang atin po mga kababayan na pumasa ng PRC at ng bar exam. Ibig sabihin, mas matagal ang kanilang pagpoproseso sapagkat hindi naman din sabay-sabay ang kanilang pagkuha ng examination. At according din po sa ating research, salamat sa Google, ay meron pong pinakamatagal na po ang 2 buwan ng pagpoproseso ng pagkuha ng sertipiko na ikaw ay isang PRC or PRC passer or bar passer. Pasensya na po kayo, Mr. Chair, kung ako'y masyadong nag-rely kay Google ngayon sapagkat ako po mismo ay hindi pa po bar passer at PRC passer. So, nais po nating tanungin kung ito po bang ordinansang ito, Mr. Chair, sa pagdami ng mga estudyante na mahihikayat na kumuha po ng mga iba't ibang mga eksaminasyon, ay hanggang kailan po natin kayang masuportahan na ayon po sa atin pong budget na meron po tayo, Mr. Chair?
Mr. Chair, ang atin ng proposed ordinance sa lahat to ng board and bar passer. Ano man ng kurso, basta't nakapasa. Yun sa when it comes to the number at yun yung sinasabi hong 10 million, yun ho, yung pondong ngayon ay para lang ho magtuloy-tuloy, masimulan. Dahil Mr. Chair, wala naman ho tayong actual talaga na gano'n kadami. Dahil yung sinasabi ho ni Gonzales Pai, ay may mga ganun hong mga kurso. Ito naman ang isip ko natin dito, Mr. Chair, basta't lahat ho makakapasa ng bar and board exam. Yun lang ho. At akin tingin, Mr. Chair, subukan muna natin, if ever, na ito ho ay alam naman natin na baka kulangin, ay di alam na ho natin kung paano amendahan itong ordinansa. Dahil ito namang ordinansa ho, ito ay amendable, Mr. Chair. Pero kung hindi ho natin susubukan, wala ho tayong amendahan. At mawawalan ng inspirasyon ang ating mga kabataan sa lungsod na Lipa. Maganda ang mga katanungan at akin hong kinukuha, akin hong tinatanggap. Kaya lang, Mr. Chair, kung atin hong nunoy-nuyin pa, baka ho, abutin ho tayo ng, baka ho, nakapagtapos na uli yung mga batch 2027, ay hindi pa ho natin naipasa ang gantong klaseng ordinansa, Mr. Chair. Hinihingi ko ho ang pangunawa, kulang ho tayo sa sobrang pag-aaral, pero ang intensyon ho natin dito ay yung 10 milyon, yun ho ay sa akin nung tingin, Mr. Chair, ay okay na hong simula para lamang po sa isang ordinansa at sa programa ng mamamayan ng lungsod, sa mamayan ng lungsod. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, meron po bang ideya ang ating Consel Merlo kung ilan po yung recent na PRC passer at bar passer ngayong taong pong ito? Kung mamarapatin po?
According to the data na nakuha ko ho, sa ngayon ho ay lumalabas ho na 718 na yun ho nakakapasa ng board and bar exam within the
Lipeño.
city of Lipa, Lipeños, dito sa
Wow.
lungsod ng Lipa. Ang hindi ho nakasama dito, hindi naman ho ako nakapunta ng UP, ng San Beda, para ho, matanong po ho yun. Kaya ho, instead na, dapat ho, mga 8 million lamang, kaya yung 2 million, akin yung patagana sa mga estudyante po na nag-aral outs or makakapasa sa board and bar exam, outside dito po sa eskwelahan sa Lipa.
Meron din tayong ilan na nag-top. So babawas ka pa dun sa mga top.
Opo,
Malalaki yung
kaya nga
makuha
ho,
ng top.
bihirang-bihira naman ho. Ako nga ho at totoo ho, iisa ho ang aking natatandaan na magaling hong abogado at magaling na accountant. Si accountant and attorney Laco. Di doble sana kung inabot ang ordinansang ito. Ay di diyan at may sobra-sobra na hong biyaya niya.
Mr. Chair, naalala ko lamang po bigla. Meron po tayong kababayan, nakalimutan ko po yung pangalan. Siya po ang number 1 rank sa PMA po ba yun? O sa...
Mayor si...
Oo.
Pangalan?
Kaso po, hindi po ata kasama sa PRC yun. Yun po ba ay isasama po natin sa ordinansa?
Yung gaho ay board exam gayon.
Hindi ko po
Ay, di-
sigurado kasi wala po dun sa aking listahan.
Kung hindi ho yung board exam, examiner, hindi ho board, paligay ko hindi ho kasama dito.
Ngunit, Mr. Chair,
Oho.
sayang naman dahil
Oo.
isa din po sa mahirap na kurso ang pagpasok sa militar.
Ay di, kung gusto nyo, alamin nyo na, paano yun? Ay di saka natin amendan yung pangalan. Ay hindi ko alam kung board exam din yun. Ano eh. Ay, wala. Ay ipagpalagay wala. Ay di wala ho. Ay siguro through the initiative of the Councilor Toledo, ay i-research ho niya kung anong tawag at siguro ho, as a chairman of Committee on Appropriation, tayo rin ay maghahandang maglaan sa mga gagraduate po sa PMA at saka PNPA kung hindi ho yan mga board exam yun. Ano?
Yes,
Okay po.
Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, kaya ako lamang po nilinaw yung akin pong katanungan kanina sapagkat ako po'y sumusuporta sa ordinansa.
Thank you po.
Ngunit gusto ko lamang pong masigurado na yung ordinansa po na ipapasa po ng ating pong sangguniang panglungsod ay hindi lamang po panandalian, kundi panghabang matagalan po o panghabang buhay na maaari po nating ipagmalaki na dito po sa lungsod ng Lipa, hindi lamang po basta edukasyon ang ating binibigay, kundi binibigyan din po natin ng dangal at pagkilala ang mga passer ng ating po mga PRC at bar exam po sa pangunguna po ng ating author na si Consel Merlo Silva.
Thank you
Mr.
ho,
Chair.
Consala Spy.
Maraming salamat po.
Okay, meron pa po bang magtatanong kay sa ating proponent patungkol sa kanyang ordinansa? Ito na po ang perfect time sa second reading discussion. Kung wala na,
I move for
please
the approval
reiterate.
of the committee report and likewise on the third final reading na lang yung ordinance. Ano?
There's a motion
second reading,
to
Mr. Chair.
approve the said oral committee report regarding the ordinance. For second reading pa lang po ito. Any second? Seconded by all the members of this august body. Without any objections, the motion is approved on its second reading. Oral? Councilor Lina?
Mr. Chair, I move that we dispense the reading of oral committee report on housing and to read number 1, the classification request from agricultural to commercial use of Mrs. Teresita Publico Ilustre of the 800 square meters located at Barangay Tambo. Request from agricultural to residential use of Mr. Marcelino Capunpon of the 1,384 square meters located at Barangay Balintawak. Request from residential to commercial use of Ms. Dina Marabilla of the 262.50 square meters located at Barangay Sais. Request from residential to commercial use of Ms. Estelita Umali of the 230 square meters located at Barangay Uno. Request from agricultural to residential use of Mr. Ron Baroja of the 100 square meters located at Barangay Ludlod. Request from agricultural to residential use of Mrs. Marian Villas of the 500 square meters located at Barangay San Salvador. Request from agricultural to residential use of Mr. Cesar Anthony Lorenzo of the 247 square meters located at Barangay San Salvador. Request from commercial to residential use of Mrs. Celia Mendoza of the 200 square meters located at Barangay Gis. Request from residential to commercial use of Mr. Bonifacio Mahia of the 245 square meters located at Barangay Sabang. Request from agricultural to residential use of Mr. Renato Llanes of the 223 square meters located at Barangay Santo Toribio. Request from agricultural to commercial use of Mr. John Henry Saison of the 223 square meters located at Barangay Dudlod. Request from agricultural to commercial use of Ms. Chris Marqueses of the 200 square meters located at Barangay Antipolo del Norte. I move that all the matters mentioned be approved for second reading, Mr. Chair.
There's a motion to approve the said matters on second reading. Any second? Seconded by Councilors Lopez, Silva, and Umali. Any discussion? Objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved on second reading. Thank you, Councilor Lina. Proud na proud ang dating chairman ng komitiba ng Land Use na nanonood ngayon, si Bukal Junjun Gosos. At kita niya kung gaano kaganda ang iyong pagbasa ng iyong mga pinaaprubahan.
Mr. Chair, talagang pinagandaan ko at alam kong darating. Kaya ito ang suot ko, naka-long sleeves, dahil darating ang previous chairman ng ating komitiba na ngayon nga po ay bukal na ang bigman ng Kapitolyo. Bukal Junjun
Chairman pa rin
Gosos.
ng Land Use sa Kapitolyo. Kasi
Chairman, kung gusto, pasa tayo ng isang resolusyon nang sa gayon ay gawin nating chairman din ng land use sa Kapitolyo.
Okay,
Biro lang, Mr. Chair.
Salamat,
Thank you, Mr.
Councilor Mike Lina. Oral? Okay, Councilor Umali is recognized.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Chair. Ang acting oral report ay patungkol sa ating privilege speech ng ating Honorable Ligio Lopez regarding sa update and monitoring ng ating Pamintahan Bridge na refer sa aking committee on May 18, 2026. Agad po natin pinuntahan ang aming committee, ang Office of the Engineer and Department of Public Works and DPWH remains positive that the Pamintahan Bridge is now at its 76% accomplished and will be completed on June 2026, except in the occurrence of any obstruction. During our visit on May 21, 2026, the construction is ongoing. The backhoe is operating on the stone masonry, and we were told pouring of coping beam of the other half of the bridge is scheduled this week po. This is just for the information of the August body.
Okay, thank you, Councilor Mikey Umali. Any other oral committee report? Wala na. Kung wala na, we proceed to the business for the day.
Business for the day. Number 1, letter of the city mayor requesting for a resolution authorizing to enter into a memorandum of understanding with Canosa Academy for the latter's project entitled Grade 7 Feast Day Celebration, Farming Experience and Encounter with Farmers.
To the Committee on Agriculture.
Number 2, letter of the Managing Director of the MJK Properties requesting for the amendment of Special Ordinance Number 4-2025 to include the phrase with 144 saleable residential lots with housing component containing an area of in the second whereas as recommended by the DSUD.
To the Committee on Land Use.
Number 3, letter of the City Mayor requesting for a resolution granting authority to enter into a MOA with DOST relative to the execution of the project entitled AI-Powered Traffic Analytics and Decision Support System for Sustainability, Mobility, and Traffic Decongestion in the City of Lipa.
To the Committee on Traffic, to be urgent later.
Number 4 to number 7, request for the concurrence of the Supplemental Annual Investment Program for calendar year 2026 of the following: Barangay Bagong Pook, annual budget for the year 2026 of Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay San Celestino, Tangob, and GIS.
To the Committee on Appropriations.
Number 8 to number 15, reclassification request of the following: Glenn Morcilla and Neil Cuevas, Dagatan; Ruben Mojares and Agnes Briones, Lodlod. Special use permit request of Mr. Ruben Mojares and Agnes Briones for the proposed poultry, Barangay Lodlod; Mayra Fajarito, Lodlod; Mary Grace De Leon, Kayumanggi; Lizelle Magampon, Bulbok; Jose Ferdinand and Maria Cristina Amo, Bulacnin; Maria Angela Cetron, Quezon.
To the Committee on Land Use.
Number 16 to number 23, supplemental budget number 1 for the budget year 2026 of the following: Barangay 4, Lodlod, Tambo, Mataas na Lupa, Marawoy, Balintawak, Quezon, Antipolo del Sur.
To the Committee on Appropriations.
Number 24, copy furnished with the notice of water permit application filed by Shelter Systems Development Corporation for deep well located at Barangay Quezon.
To the Committee on Public Utilities. Resolutions and ordinances for third and final reading. Councilor Silva.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I move for the passage of a resolution concurring with the supplemental budget number 1 for the budget year 2026 of Barangay Dagatan in amount of 2,093,690 and 59 centavos. The Barangay Plaridel in amount of 2,617,418 and 47 centavos. The Barangay Banay-Banay with amount of 3,208,403 pesos and 73 centavos. Barangay Latag in amount of 3,032,450 and 44 centavos. Barangay Sico in amount of 683,788 pesos and 37 centavos. Barangay Sabang in amount of 4,923,606 and 1 centavo. The Barangay 11 in amount of 475,489 pesos and 25 centavos. Barangay Tibig in amount of 644,183 pesos and 97 centavos. Barangay Gis in the amount of 689,825 pesos and 28 centavos. Barangay Bugtong in amount of 4,422,326 pesos and 62 centavos. Barangay Malitlit in the amount of 375,838 and 66 centavos. The Barangay Pagulingin West in the amount of 643,410 pesos and 98 centavos. The Barangay Sais in the amount of 384,761 pesos and 19 centavos. Barangay Santo Tribio in amount of 450,668 pesos and 27 centavos. Barangay Tres in the amount of 564,718 pesos and 38 centavos. Barangay Antipolo del Norte in the amount of 1,417,746 pesos and 74 centavos. Barangay 9 in the amount of 1,083,956 pesos and 32 centavos. Barangay Insluban in amount of 4,655,971 pesos and 83 centavos. And Barangay Mabini in the amount of 691,216 and 46 centavos for third and final reading.
Any second? Seconded by Councilors Katipon, Lopez, Lina, Ronquillo, Luwansing, Umali, Macala, Bautista, Manalo, and Toledo. Without any objections, the motion is approved on its third and final reading.
Likewise, Mr. Chair, I move for the passage of a resolution concurring with the annual budget for the year 2026 of Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay San Benito, Lipa City in amount of 823,447 and 10 centavos, and the annual budget of Barangay Bugtong na Pulo in amount of 2,122,615 in 60 centavos for third and final reading, Mr. Chair.
Seconded by Councilors Luansing, Macala, Ronquillo, Manalo, Umali, Bautista, Toledo, Lina, Lopez. Without any objections, the motion is approved on its third and final reading.
When it comes to yung oral report, pwede na rin, Mr. Chair. Yun nung, Mr. Chair, yun ang pagdating sa atin binigay ho ng Pangulong Marcos. Mr. Chair, akin hong ipinahayag ang pagpasa ho ng isang resolusyon bilang pasasalamat sa atin ng Pangulong, hindi pa yon? Other matters na yon?
Sa ordinansa mo na lang. Yung sa ordinansa mo.
Ito na lang.
Yan muna.
Okay. Mr. Chair, the result of a committee hearing I conducted, Mr. Chair, is the passage of an ordinance establishing the Dangal ng Lipeño Professional Incentive Program, granting financial incentives and recognition to Lipeño board and bar passers and top-notchers and appropriating funds thereof for third and final reading, Mr. Chair. I'd like to authored by and co-authored by Honorable Macala, Honorable Rinquillo, and Honorable Binis Manalo, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Jointly moved by Councilor Toledo.
And Spy Toledo.
Who's the co-author of this ordinance? May I know from good gentleman from Bulbok? The co-author, will you please explain something about the ordinance, co-author Aris Macala? But you are the co-author of this ordinance. Yeah, that I believe in our proponent to sponsor it. But you are part of the ordinance. You are included as a co-author. What is the content of the ordinance?
Based on the kita naman ninyo.
Followed by Nicole and
Okay.
Binis, yeah.
Naunahan ka lang namin para maging co-author. This is very, very good ordinance. Kaya kami sumama kay Consejal Merlo Silva. The proponent will do. Hindi naman gagawa si Consejal Merlo Silva ng hindi magandang ordinance. At ito'y para sa mga bata na magsumikap at patupad ang kanilang mga pangarap. That's all, Mr. Chair.
What is the purpose of the person from San Lucas for to insist that makailangan ko din ng mga bata?
Have you read the ordinance? This draft ordinance? Have you read it?
No. I just...
And read it, then you will not question me upon reading this.
Let us proceed. Sige.
Okay.
Seconded by Councilors. Jointly move muna. Jointly move by... Author ka na ata, Nicole. Hindi pa? So lahat ng mga co-author okay na. So sino magjo-joint? Jointly move by Councilors Luansing, Bautista, Toledo, Lopez, Lina.
I second the motion to the...
Seconded by Councilors Angeles, Umali, and Katipon. With no objections, the ordinance is approved on a third and final reading.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Other matters? Second reading pa, third and final?
Mr. Chair, I move for the passage of an ordinance for the following properties. From agricultural to commercial use of Mrs. Teresita Ilustre of the 800 square meters located at Barangay Tambo. From agricultural to residential use of Mr. Marcelino Capunpon of the 1,384 square meters located at Barangay Balintawak. From residential to commercial use of Ms. Dina Maravilla of the 262.50 square meters located at Barangay Sais. From residential to commercial use of Ms. Estelita Omali of the 230 square meters located at Barangay Uno. From residential to commercial use of Ms. Celia Marquez of the 1,000. From agricultural to residential use of Mr. Ron Baroja of the 100 square meters located at Barangay Ludlod. From agricultural to residential use of Mrs. Marian Villas of the 500 square meters located at Barangay San Salvador. From agricultural to residential use of Mr. Cesar Lorenzo of the 247 square meters located at Barangay San Salvador. From commercial to residential use of Mrs. Celia Mendoza of the 200 square meters located at Barangay Gis. From residential to commercial use of Mr. Bonifacio Mahia of the 245 square meters located at Barangay Sabang. From agricultural to residential use of Mr. Renato Llanes of the 223 square meters located at Barangay Santo Tribio. From agricultural to commercial use of Mr. John Saison of the 223 square meters located at Barangay Ludlod. And lastly, from agricultural to commercial use of Miss Chris Marqueses of the 200 square meters located at Barangay Antipolo del Norte. I move that all the matters mentioned be approved for a third and final reading, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Jointly moved by Councilor Silva, seconded by Councilors Lopez, Manalo, Luwansing, Umali, and Makala.
Other matters. Okay.
Without
Thank you,
any
Mr.
objections, the motion is approved on third and final reading.
Other matters, Mr.
So wala na
other
tayong
matters ako.
for third and final reading. We proceed.
Other matters pa.
Alin?
Ari po muna.
Other matters.
Other matters.
Other matters. We proceed to other matters.
Okay. Recess for 1 minute, Mr. Chairman.
1 minute recess.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Ma'am.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon.
May I recognize, Mr. Chairman?
Yes, you're recognized.
Isang karangalan po ng Sangguniang Panlungsod sa ika-19 na regular session ngayong taon nito na kayo po ay aming bisita, ang kagalang-galang Vilma Santos Recto, ang gobernador ng Batangas. Ma'am, kaunting speech po naman para ho sa amin.
Thank you very much. Yan na lang. Okay na. Okay na. Danilo, my God. Thank you. Maraming salamat po. Maraming salamat. Thank you, Vice. A blessed good afternoon to everyone. Mabuhay ho ang sangguniang panglungsod ng Lipa. At palagay ko, alam nyo naman na for 9 years naging bahay ko rin ito. And I guess the most important thing is halos lahat ho ng mga konsehal natin nandito, plus of course ang ating Vice Mayor, ay halos pamilya ko na. And may I take this opportunity to congratulate you and at the same time commend you because Lipa is doing very, very well. With your mayor, of course, Mayor Eric Africa, and of course, the Sangguniang Panglungsod ng Lipa sa pangunguna po ng ating pong Vice Mayor, ng ating Vice Mayor si Mikey Morada. Sa lahat po sa inyo, mabuhay po kayo. Anyway, if I may briefly, nandito po kami ngayon, dala ko ang Kapitolyo at we are doing our MBA VSR. Ito ho ay may kinalaman sa DILG regarding the seal of good local governance. Ito ho ang collaboration po ng provincial government with the LGUs, like of course the City of Lipa. Ito ho yung pagbibigayan natin ng suporta para sa mga best practices ng bawat lungsod o ng bawat bayan. Na nandito po tayo just to make sure na nagkakaintindihan ang ating mga programa, higit sa lahat ang ating pong Hearts program. Again, looking forward po na maging maayos ang ating pong lalawigan ng Batangas and of course, our city of Lipa. Mabuhay po ang ating ng Lipa. Mabuhay kayo, Vice Mayor Mikey. And congratulations to each and everyone. Mabuhay po ang lungsod ng Lipa. Mabuhay ang sangguniang lungsod ng Lipa. Maraming salamat po.
Ma'am, wag ho muna kayong aalis dyan. Si Crucial Merlo ho'y nag-sponsor ng ordinansa, kaya lang ho ito in English. Magtataka kayo, so pakibasa, Ms. Secretary.
Resolution number 225, a resolution expressing appreciation, solidarity, and support of the Sangguniang Panlungsod of Lipa to Executive Secretary Ralph G. Recto and Honorable Governor Vilma Santos Recto. Whereas the City of Lipa, Batangas has been the witness of the visionary leadership of Executive Secretary Ralph G. Recto and Governor Vilma Santos Recto, whose respective careers have been built on integrity, competence, and an unwavering commitment to the welfare of the Batangueño people. Whereas Executive Secretary Ralph G. Recto's track record of economic brilliance and legislative acumen has ensured that the best interests of the City of Lipa and the rest of the nation are prioritized in his capacities as former representative, senator, and cabinet secretary of the Department of Finance. Whereas Governor Vilma Santos Recto, throughout her tenure as the chief executive of the City of Lipa, has embodied the kind of governance that is humanized in nature through her multi-awarded Hearts program, which transformed the lives of many citizens and inspired countless public leaders. Whereas recent public discourse has given rise to allegations and statements concerning Executive Secretary Recto and Governor Recto, which, despite gaining public attention, remain unproven and unsubstantiated. Whereas the City of Lipa stands united in rejecting unfounded accusations and baseless claims, choosing instead to uphold fairness, integrity, and respect for those who have faithfully served its people. Whereas these allegations are perceived not as constructive criticism, but as a calculated attempt to disparage the Recto's long-standing legacy of excellence and to disrupt the political stability that has long benefited the province. Whereas the leadership of the Recto family has remained steady and calming force amidst the shifting tides of national politics, providing Lipa City and the province of Batangas with a clear direction characterized by transparency, fiscal responsibility, and inclusive growth. Whereas it is the moral and official duty of the Sangguniang Panlungsod of Lipa City to protect the dignity of our leaders who have served with honor and to stand against narratives that seek to undermine the collective progress achieved under their stewardship. Whereas the people of Lipa City remain deeply grateful for the tangible milestones from infrastructure to social welfare that were made possible through the Recto's tireless advocacy and genuine quality of public service. Now, therefore, be it resolved as it is hereby resolved to express appreciation, solidarity, and support of the Sangguniang Panlungsod of Lipa to Executive Secretary Ralph G. Recto and Honorable Governor Vilma Santos Recto.
May I request Crucial Merlo Silva to say something in English?
Good afternoon, ma'am. Welcome po sa bahay natin, sa bagong bahay. Alam mo natin na ito'y pangarap din ho ninyo. Ito hong resolution ito, bagamat wala ho kaming pwedeng iba pang isuporta sa inyo, gusto lang ho namin ipakita ng sanggunian na umasa ho kayo, Senador Recto kayo, na kami pong membro ng sanggunian, at na bilang kinatawan ng mamamayan ng lungsod ng Lipa, kami po ay patuloy na sumusuporta at kami po ay nasa likod ninyo sa kabila ng mga intriga, sa kabila ng mga nangyayari na politika. Umasa kayo na kami po ay nakahandang ipagtanggol ang gobernador ng lalawigan ng Batangas, ang atin ng Executive Secretary, Senator Ralph Recto. Dahil sa kanilang mga nagawa dito sa lungsod ng Lipa, yun ho ang aming kinikilala, yung inyong mga ginawang kabutihan sa lungsod ng Lipa. Kaya ho, ma'am, saludo kami sa inyo.
Okay, picture with the Governor. Pakiabot po, Vice Mayor, sa ating kagalang-galang na Governor ang ating appreciation. Ma'am, biglang dumami ang views namin ngayon sa live FB.
Sa sangguniang panglusod po ng Lipa, sa pangunguna po ni Vice Mayor Mikey Morada, at sa iginagalang at minamahal ko mga konsehal, at sa pangalan din po ni ES, Ralph Recto, maraming salamat sa inyong resolusyon ng tiwala at sa tiwala at suporta. Sa pangalan po ni Ralph, maraming salamat. Isa lang ho masasabi namin, hindi namin kayo ipapahiya. Salamat ho. Mabuhay ang Lipa.
Na. Governor, salamat po ng marami sa pagbisita. Okay. Tatlong ladies, apat na ladies, pakihatid si ma'am sa may pintuan. Okay, pakihatid po si ma'am. Yung apat na konsihala.
Okay, recess muna. 1 minute recess. Other matters?
Ano po, ako muna.
Other matters?
With the permission of the chairman and go signal of the chairman of Committee on Laws, I am yun pong item number 3 sa urgent matter. Ito ho ay kailangan ni Mayor yung sa IT. Yung resolution authorizing the city mayor to enter into memorandum of agreement with the AOST and regional office in Calabarzon for the implementation of project entitled A1 Powered Traffic Analytic and Decision Support System for Sustainable Mobility and Traffic Congestion in the City of Lipa. Please consider this as urgent, Mr. Chairman.
Para bago po natin na we proceed with this urgency, nais ko lang po ipaalam sa lahat, ito po yung nabalita sa social media na ang LIPA tinatrabaho na maging AI ang pag-aaral ng traffic sa ating lungsod at isa tayo sa mga pioneer na magkakaroon ng ganitong klase ng sistema sa pag-aaral ng traffic dito sa ating lungsod. So yan, kung nakita nyo yung kay James Deakin, kung hindi ako nagkakamali, binalita niya na sa LIPA ay mauumpisahan na pong itong project with DOST para mapag-aralan at mapaganda ang traffic flow ng lungsod ng LIPA gamit ang AI or Artificial Intelligence. So itong resolution na ini-urgent natin ay para po makaproceed na o makamove forward na itong program or project sa pangunguna ni Mayor Eric. So, there's a motion to consider the said matter as urgent. Any second? Duly seconded, matter is now considered as urgent.
So, I move that we pass a resolution authorizing the city mayor a memorandum of agreement with the DOST Calabarzon, Mr. Chairman, for third and final reading.
Any second for jointly moved by Councilor Lopez, Silva, seconded by Councilors Macala, Luwansing, Umali, Lina, and Pua. Without any objections, the urgent matter is now approved on third and final reading.
Other matters, this is General Ordinance Number 3, Series of 2026. Ito po yung ordinansang ipinakiusap ko sa inyo last week. Hindi pa rin naman ho pinirmahan ni Mayor at ipinahabol pa rin ho yung one-way doon ho sa Bimurada para magkaroon daw ho para ito may experimental na rin. Sabi nga ni Mayor, nag-one-way tayo sa MK Lina Street. Yung Bimurada, two-way pa rin yun. So, pakiusap niya, baka pwedeng doon sa tabi ng Cultural Center, kung anong kalye yung pare, yung papuntang South Supermarket, papuntang JP Laurel ay one-way na rin muna. At kaya hindi pwedeng one-way yung from Cultural, palipa yung one-third ni parang Merlo, dahil sa pagpalabas at pagpasok ng mga fire at saka police respondent. So pinakikiusap ni Mayor na ma-include yung Bimurada sa one-way scheme.
Councilor Silva.
Mr. Chair, ang ibig sabihin ay sa ngayon,
ang Bimurada po ay two-way.
Two-way, pero sa gitna na padaanin, hatiin. Hindi na yung one-third and two-third.
Hindi nga po. Ang pinakikiusap po ni Mayor ay buhat doon sa may cultural, papuntang JP Laurel ay one-way na lang muna.
Anong gahong JP Laurel?
Yun yung Bimurada, papuntang tumbukan ng JP Laurel sa may McDonald's.
Saan ang daan?
Bimurada po.
Bimurada.
Yung Pakaluran. Yan.
Pakaluran. Ibig sabihin, mula ho dito sa monumento tayo, di papunta tayo ng JP Laurel, true. Papunta doon sa South Supermarket. At JP Laurel, true. Doon sa ano yun?
Basta cultural na lang ang ating landmark.
Sadyan mong one-way yon?
Hindi po, two-way yun ngayon eh.
Gagawin two-way yon?
Two-way. Ngayon higit pinagagawa na lang yung one-way na maihabol dito sa ordinansa natin.
Basta yung Bimurada, anong Bimurada, dapat two-way. Kaya lang ho, yun nga pinakikiusap ko ho, wag naman one-third and two-third avenue.
Hindi po. Ang pinakikiusap po ng ating punong lungsod, mula doon sa cultural, Pakaluran ay one-way na lang.
Naman. Walang problema.
Yun na lang po. Okay.
Para sa iyong simula cultural, papunta dun sa may Rotonda, papunta Robinsons, gagawing one-way. Ang ibig sabihin ni Consel
magkakailangan
Nilo.
pa yun. Ibig sabihin, mapuputol pa. Bakit hindi na lang the whole from sa may center natin hanggang doon sa may doon sa McDonald.
Oh.
Two-way yun. Oo.
Hindi, ang kanya ho kasing agam-agam, kasi ho, nung isang araw kaming dalawa magkasama, medyo talagang may slow moving ho doon sa Bimurada. Yung Bimurada ngayon ay napupuno ho doon sa may bulaklakan, mga tindahan ng bulaklak, kasi two-way yun. May nagpa-park doon sa mga nabili ng bulaklak, lalo nung Father's Day yata yun. Ay baka daw pwedeng gawin nating one-way muna. Ito naman parang experimental din. Pero ito part po kasi ng ordinansa ang experimental Gagawing one-way. Ito ho, pagka kayo'y galing sa bayan ng Lipa, monumento, papunta ho kayo ng JP Laurel McDonald, yun ho ang gagawing one-way.
Mula doon.
Kung kayo naman ho'y galing doon sa may Mercado de Lipa, Burger King, kayo'y palipa, liliko na kayo ng kanan sa Altamirano. At ang gagamitin ninyong palipa ay ito hong MK Lina Street.
So, ibig ko sabihin ninyo, yung Katigbak, naalala ko, Katigbak Street
Katigbak
yata.
yun,
Katigbak na yon hanggang doon sa may Altamirano, one-way yon.
One-way po yon.
Tapos, yung padalwa uli, two-way na uli.
Hindi,
one-way din.
Ang two-way po ay buhat doon sa Cultural Center, papuntang Lipa, yung mag-e-exit lang ng South Supermarket. Yun lang ang pagbibigyan. Kung i-exit ka ng South Supermarket, papunta kang bayan, ayun two-way, yung one-third po yun. Kasi nga, nandun yung police at saka fire department na in case of emergency, ay makuha nila yung one-third, yung portion na sinasabi mong dapat sa gitna. Ngayon yun lang po ang hinihiling.
Sige, bakit hindi natin subukan nga? Just only siguro experimental. In the way na nababago naman. Okay lang, siguro pinakamaganda, Mr. Chair, ay subukan natin, tingnan natin kung ano yung outcome, Mr. Chair.
Okay, additional on Section 1, Section 78 under Article 1, Chapter 3 of General Ordinance Number 4, Series of 2024, is hereby amended to MK Lina Street shall be designated as one-way street leading to CM Recto. And the third item, from the PNP o Cultural Center to Bimurada going west to McDonald, one-way. Papuntahang west. Yun lang ang amendment po.
Okay, so para maliwanag, kung galing kang cultural, pwede ka lang, mula cultural ka lang pwedeng kumaliwa, pabayan.
Yun na.
Pag kanan mo, lahat yan, puro one-way na.
Puro one-way na po yan.
Para po maliwanag sa lahat ng ating mga manunood at sa lahat ng ating mga kasamahan. So, what is the pleasure of the proponent?
So, I am appealing to this August body na ang ordinansa ho, amending Section 78 ay madagdagan ho ng one-way from Cultural Center going west to JP Laurel Highway McDonald, Mr. Chairman, for third and final reading.
Urgency muna? Or
Please consider as urgent.
There's a motion to consider the said matter as urgent. Any second? Duly seconded, matter is now considered as urgent.
So I move that we pass an ordinance adding amending the Section 3 from Cultural Center through Bimurada going to west portion ng Bimurada ay one-way po, going west to McDonald JP Laurel. Hindi po, yun lang, putol po yan talaga. Gawa yung lalabas sa, ang kinukuha ni Mayor dyan, yung pumbero at saka yung responde ng police. Okay po, for third and final reading.
Any second? Seconded by Councilor Silva and Councilor Umali. Any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved on third and final reading.
Laso, ito ho yung with the permission of the Chairman of Committee on Laws, ito yung hinihingi ni Mayor ng authority, authorizing the City Mayor to sign a MOA with the Provincial Explosive Ordnance Disposal Unit. Ito ho yung may K9 na sila ay magamit yung dating facility ng COVID-19 ng health office beside the Association of Barangay Captain Office. As urgent, Mr. Chairman.
Any second for urgency? Duly seconded.
Ito ho yung,
Matters now considered
ito ho
as
yung
urgent.
COVID patient natin na inilagay ho natin doon sa likod ng Hall of Justice, sa tabi ng ABC Hall at saka ng CHED. Yun ho'y wala na hong nagamit na opisina ngayon. Pansamantagal ay pagagamit ho natin sa bomb squad ng provincial government. Kasi ho, yung meron silang mga alagang aso na kinay na napaka-sensitive ho itong mga aso ito. So yung facilities, nung inspection nila, pwede kasi may mga aircon pa naman yung lugar. So pansamantagal ay di nahingi ng MOA ang mayor ng authority na makipagmawa siya sa PNP, Provincial Anti-Bomb Squad, Mr. Chairman.
So matters now considered as urgent. What is the pleasure of the proponent?
So this is for third and final reading. I move that we pass resolution authorizing the city mayor to sign a MOA with the Provincial Ordnance Disposal Unit to use the building in the city government, formerly Health COVID Clinic, beside the CHED building in Old City Hall compound, Mr. Chairman, for third and final reading.
Any second? Seconded by Councilors Lopez, Silva, Macala, Umali, and Lina. With no objections, the motion is approved on third and final reading.
Mr. Chair, siguro bigyan din ho natin ng yung resolution kung hanggang kailan. Dahil temporary, siguro ho, may fix dapat tayong ilagay kung until when. Yung sinasabi ho yung pagpapagamit ay temporary use ng opisina ay baka ho pwedeng mailagyan natin hanggang kailan.
Ay di hanggat mayor si Eric Aprica.
I think yung executive na ang bahala.
That executive na ang bahala.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Any other matters?
Mr. Chair.
Councilor Silva is recognized.
Mr. Chair, may sulat ho dito galing ho sa Mayor's Office, address to the Sangguniang Panglungsod through the Vice Mayor with this is the content of the letter. Gentlemen, this is respectfully endorsed to this august body the request of the Metro Lipa Water District for the passage of an ordinance approving the proposed sanitation management fee in the amount of 1 peso and 68 centavos per cubic meter of water consumed by the MLWD customers. The proposed fee is being sought pursuant to the existing memorandum of agreement between MLWD and the City Government of Lipa and in accordance with the applicable laws, rules, and regulations. Attaches a copy of the letter for your reference and perusal. Thank you for your usual support in service, Eric Aprica. Ito ho ang sulat ho ng Water District, Mr. Chair. So, please refer to the proper committee.
Refer to the Committee on Public Utilities. Nakita ko rin sa comment sa ating live session, may nag-comment patungkol dito na kung pwede nga daw mapag-usapan. Kaya sana ma-hearing ito kagad.
Apo. Siguro ho ay kaya natin by Thursday? Ha? Thursday afternoon? Siguro
Kasi
po.
para sa kaliwanagan ng lahat, ito ay additional fee, no?
Yeah.
Sa tubig, ano?
So there is I need a public hearing, I think, Mr. Chair. Siguro by Thursday afternoon.
Okay, thank you.
Isa pa mo, Mr. Chair, yun ang akin ng privilege speech with regard ho dun sa tulong na ipinadala ho ng atin hong Pangulong Ferdinand R. Marcos tungkol po sa ibinigay niya sa ating mga barangay na amount of 200,000 for the barangay development and the other 100,000 for the scholarship of 5 students per barangay. At yun ng bawat barangay makikinabang under the local government support fund, Mr. Chair, yun nung tungkol po sa pagbibigay ng mga bigas. So, Mr. Chair, akin itong iminumungkahi, magpasa tayo ng isang resolusyon na pagpapaabot po ng atin pong taus-pusong pasasalamat sa kagalang-galang na Pangulong Ferdinand E. Marcos sa pamamagitan po ng atin ng Executive Secretary Ralph G. Recto para po sa kanyang programa na kung tawagin po ay Socio Civic Projects Fund na kung saan po ay nakikinabang ang mamamayan ng lungsod na Lipa at sa kanya hong programa, bawat barangay makikinabang for third and final reading, Mr. Chair.
For urgency muna. Urgency muna.
For urgency, Mr. Chair.
There's a motion to consider the said matter as urgent. Any second? Duly seconded, matter is now considered as urgent. And there's a motion to approve the
third
said
and final
resolution for third and final reading. Any second? Seconded by Councilor Umali. Any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved. The urgent matter is approved on third and final reading.
Likewise, Mr. Chair, may sulat din po dito by the authority of the city mayor, si Mr. Ronel Sarmiento, with regard doon sa request po ni Mr. Llanes for the reclassification of his property with an area of 3,000 square meter from residential to commercial use, Mr. Chair. Ang akin nung natanda, nakala ko ho, ito ho ay naipasa na at yun nung special use permit, naipasa na rin ho, Mr. Chair. So, according to our record, hindi daw ho ito na isama ng mga nagdaang araw. So, please refer to the proper committee, Mr.
Refer
Chair.
to the Committee on Land Use.
And with due respect to the chairman of the Land Use, Mr. Chair, I move that this matter be considered as urgent, Mr.
There's a
Chair.
motion to consider the said matter as urgent. Any second? Duly seconded, matter is now considered as urgent.
So, likewise, Mr. Chair, I move for the passage of an ordinance reclassifying a property of Mr. Requested by Mr. Dante Llanes with an area of 3,000 square meter from residential to commercial use located at Barangay Sampaguita for third and final reading, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Seconded by Councilor Lopez and Lina. Without any objections, the motion is approved on third and final reading. Any other matters?
Di pa pala?
Bago tayo mag-proceed sa other matters, nakikita ko ang ating mga kasamahang konsehala ng mga barangay. Hindi ko lang makita ang ano, pero magandang umaga at welcome po sa Sangguniang Panlungsod, mga konsehala. Councilor Lina?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I have here the letter of, from our city administrator, Dr. Ronel A. Sarmiento, addressed to the Sangguniang members through our presiding officer, Vice Mayor Michael Gerald Morada. It's ito po ay request po for the issuance of a special use permit. The request of Mr. Alvin Bunag for the proposed, ito pong property ay lot number 784 owned by spouses Ruel Lucero Di Maano and Silvia Bathan Di Maano, located at Barangay Mataas na Lupa, covered by TCT number 072-201-700-7222. Request po ng special use permit for the proposed hotel. Please consider the matter, please refer the matter to the proper committee, Mr. Chair.
Refer to the Committee on Land Use.
And likewise, with the indulgence of my colleague, please consider the matter as urgent, Mr.
There's a
Chair.
motion to consider the said matter as urgent. Any second? Duly seconded, matter is now considered as urgent.
So, Mr. Chair, I move for the passage of a resolution granting authority to the city mayor to issue special use permit to Mr. Alvin Bunag for the proposed hotel of the property located at lot number 784 owned Barangay Mataas na Lupa with the TCT number 072-201-700-7222, owned by spouses Ruel Lucero Di Maano and Silvia Bathan Di Maano, for third and final reading, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Seconded by Councilor Lopez and Umali. Without any objections on the floor, the motion is approved. The urgent matter is approved on third and final reading.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Any issue? I move to adjourn, Mr. Chairman.
There's a motion to adjourn. Any second? Duly seconded. Session is now adjourned.